Mortal, something's wrong. Hermaeus Mora senses fates, futures winking out of existence. Potentials he predicted that will never be. I feel these instabilities rippling across reality. This must be Ithelia's doing, but we need to be certain. Instabilities! Places where the threads of fate fray and shred. And it's getting worse. I sense one forming in Westweald even now. But this one feels different. Addressing anomalies of fate is my sacred duty, but these scare even me. I suggested we hide in the Icor Sea until this blows over, but the Great Eye said no. So I need you and Laramil to accompany me to the instability. Will you serve as Fate's chosen once more? I'll give you those pieces of gold you like so much. Before we depart, gather the Daedric relics, Abolisher, the Lamp of Clarity, and the Skein of Secrets. Even though they're depleted, the Great Eye has seen that you will need them in the trials to come. And I'm certainly not going to carry them. Haven't you realized by now that the Great Eye doesn't share the whys and wherefores with the hired help? But if Hermaeus Mora tells you to spin, you ask how many revolutions. And yes, I'm speaking from experience. I haven't had a chance to examine them yet. All I can tell you is that they're very disturbing. The way they shred fates before they're born. And they're growing more powerful. So, if you could get a move on, maybe we could do something about them. The relics are this way, gathering dust on the tiny mortal's wall.
Greenspeaker Derelith, Count Calentius, I'm afraid our friend has urgent business to take care of. Tribune Alea, will you escort the Greenspeaker and the Count home safely?
Now that you have the relics, I suppose I must open a portal to the instability. This way, mortals.
Screwed. Where is this instability you detected?
Good question. But the threads of fate connected to that mortal are shredded. We should talk to him.
It was awful. Like the world ripped open. Like a tear. It swallowed our cart and poor Lazarus. Sucked them right in. We were foraging in Pharaoh's cavern, Lazarus and me. We heard a terrible ripping sound, and there it was. A tear in the space before us. Never seen the like. It was full of nothing. But Lazarus got too close. He was just gone. So I ran.
We must enter the cave and see this tear for ourselves. A tear in the fabric of reality. Not only have the threads of fate been parted, a piece of existence has been destroyed.
That's not good. Examine it, mortal, but carefully. Very carefully. Mortal, I think I know what's happening here. Let's talk. What started as instabilities in the threads of fate have become tears in the fabric of reality itself. The Great Eye's worst fears have come to pass. Somehow, some way, Ithelia is responsible for this disaster. I can feel it in my seventh appendage. I'm saying that before I returned to get you and Laramil, I examined a number of these instabilities. Some in the Telvanni Peninsula, even a few in Apocrypha. If they all grow into these reality tears, well, we're all doomed is an understatement. Now you doubt my expertise? Look, we only detected these instabilities because of their effect on nearby threads of fate. And that reality tear, if I didn't have all my eyes on it, I wouldn't even know it was there. This is Ithelia, all right. I'm not sure we can fix them. Our best chance is to find Ithelia and return her to her prison. And you have the relics to do it. We just have to figure out how to restore their depleted energy. Let me think. Here, I've marked your map. Take Abolisher to the Telvanni Peninsula, the Lamp to Westweald, and the Skein to Apocrypha. I'll send help to meet you with directions on how to restore the relics. Meanwhile, Laramil and I will try to locate Ithelia.
We shall send Gadain, Baragon, and Tribune Ithelia to assist you, Proxy. Meet us at Baragon's townhouse when you have restored the relics. And, if you would, convey my regards to Gadain.
Over here, comrade. Perhaps you can make sense of what the Watchling told me. The friendly Daedra Scroot sent me to meet you, comrade. She and Laramil told me some strange things, but after everything that happened in Westweald... Anyway, I'm here to help. Indeed. Apparently the workers in this camp discovered an ancient shrine to Azura before they were overwhelmed. Laramil suggests that if you hold the Lamp of Clarity close to the shrine, Azura herself will restore its energy. The shrine to Azura should be on the east side of the lumber camp. Let's go find it. What? After everything with the recollection, you think I wouldn't want to see this through to the end? When Laramil summoned me and Scroot explained things, I readily agreed to help. Now, let's get moving before reality breaks down around us. The Shrine of Azura. Hold the lamp close, and let's see if this works. The Lamp of Clarity looks restored to me. The Lamp of Clarity's energy has been restored. I'll see you back at Baragon's townhouse.
This way, friend. Scroot told me to meet you here, but I wasn't expecting all the spirits. It's good to see you, friend. I was surprised when Scroot appeared, and I hoped she would send me somewhere not quite so otherworldly, but I never hesitated. I'm happy to assist you. Still, if we can avoid those reality tears, I'd be grateful. Yes, but I'm not sure I understood it all. Apparently you have a map that's also a Daedric relic? Scroot says you need to get it to something immersed in the energy of Mephola. That will restore its power. Have you seen Laramil recently? Her regards? She did? What were Laramil's exact words, friend? No, not now. We're in Apocrypha, and we have a task before us. We must get your map to something sacred to Mephola. As luck would have it, Scroot knows of a ship here in Fathom's Drift called Storm Spinner. It was carrying items sacred to followers of Mephola, and she thinks you can use them to restore the relic. The ship should be to the north. Let's go find it. Scroot said that the ship was overloaded with amulets, statuettes, and other Mephola paraphernalia, but we're looking for bolts of silk cloth spun by devout worshippers of the Lady of Whispers. The ship was lost at sea and wound up here. Fathom's Drift. Imagine the horrors that have washed upon its shores. It worked! The relic is restored! That wasn't so difficult. When you see Laramil again, tell her that I asked about her. I mean, if she brings it up.
You made it! I was worried one of those reality tears got you. Laramil and that floating ball of eyes told me to meet you here. They explained all about the reality tears. They sound terrible. What's going to befall us next, I wonder? She did. According to Scroot, there's an old forge deep within the mine that's dedicated to Boethia. Laramil and her believe that if you present the sword at the forge, Daedric energy will once more flow into the blade. The entrance to Boethia's forge should be somewhere in the northeast section of the mine. Boethia created Abolisher, so it stands to reason that a forge built to honor her might be able to restore it. Master blacksmiths dedicated the forge back when Daedric worship was more widespread. It became a Qualma mine much more recently. Qualma always make me uncomfortable. Let's find the forge and get out of here. The forge should be around here somewhere. That's the forge. Ever notice that no matter how ancient, Daedric stuff never really changes? Anyway, dip Abolisher into the hot coals. Cracked acorns! Look at Abolisher! It surges with power again! Be careful, friend. Daedra have a way of twisting words and disguising meanings. Hear what he has to say, but remain wary.
I see you are still at the beck and call of the lying Prince of Fate. I do not seek to be your enemy, mortal. Before we irreversibly cross a threshold from which there is no return, I would reach an understanding between us. Existence! You speak of it as though it was sacrosanct. But my prince was locked away and erased from existence by your smug and sanctimonious patron, forgotten by all. I fixed that, but when we tried to restore our realm, our home, you opposed us. No different from what Mora and the other princes did in that distant millennium. Think of what could have been accomplished had not the Prince of Paths been vanquished from history. Do you not see? Just stand aside and let events flow as they may. As I feared, Hermaeus Mora sees so much but has blinded you. I respect you, mortal. Do what you must, and I shall do the same. Perhaps when reality has been rewritten and a new Miramor arises, you will have a different opinion. Consider what I have said. We Daedra may be immutable, but you mortals are not.
I can sense the power flowing through the relics. Well done! Now, Scroot and I have an idea about how to proceed. With the 3 relics that were once used to imprison Ithelia restored, we must determine where to even begin our search for the Forgotten Prince. Before we discuss the idea that Scroot and I derived, do you have anything else to report? Of course he does. But his faith in his prince has made him blind to the danger she poses to existence itself. These tears are spreading. Soon the fabric of reality may be too damaged to repair. We must find Ithelia before that happens. An idea, yes, although Scroot referred to it as a remote possibility. We should return to the loom of the untraveled road. Perhaps the Echoneer can reveal a lingering memory as to where Ithelia has gone. But, Proxy, was Curate Gedane, well, that is, I am glad that Gedane is well. But now we must return to Fargrave and make our way to the Chamber of the Loom. I dare not open a portal there directly, as the release of power when you destroyed it has made the area unstable. This portal will take us to Fargrave.
Watch yourselves. Who knows what dangers still lurk near the loom?
Gedane, I did not expect you so soon.
I came as quickly as Scroot's trinket allowed. I want to help, however I can. Let me accompany you.
Of course. Let us make haste, Proxy.
By the ancestors, look at this place. I remember when the walls of the necropolis were my entire world.
Tread carefully, Gedane. I prefer not to see any harm befall you.
I still have the amulet you gave to keep me safe. I couldn't bear to part with it.
I am glad it has been helpful, and that you still have it. More than I can say. The loom of the untraveled road. Damaged beyond repair, but still impressive. Use the Echoneer and see what memories remain.
There's nothing salvageable, my prince.
Nothing! Damn them! Very well. If I cannot restore Miramor, I will create a new realm upon the festering corpse of Apocrypha!
Apocrypha? Proxy, we must talk. The power Ithelia absorbed when you destroyed the loom. It has turned her into the very monster Hermaeus Mora foresaw. And now she plans to challenge him and take Apocrypha for herself. I fear we may not be able to change these spiraling fates. Change does not come naturally to the Daedric princes. Not like it does for mortals. That is why the one who knows sought you out. You are correct about the change. But that was the result of untold power, not a conscious effort. The result of the way events played out in those other realities, I suspect. Daedric princes have no experience with the constant evolution and transformation of mortals. They are eternal, and have no point of reference for the transient. She was confused, vulnerable. That much I grant you. That, however, is not the same as being mortal. An intriguing notion. She saw other versions of herself. Is there a way to get her to see that and attempt to change her own perspective? We must consult Scroot. This shall require all of our combined knowledge if such a possibility truly exists. Scroot awaits us at Baragon's townhouse. Let us return there at once.
Everyone's back. Great. And I don't see anyone carrying anything that gets us closer to saving reality. I've been doing my best to keep morale up while you were gone. But even my usually cheerful mood is under assault. More and more of those tears in reality keep appearing. We're running out of time. Did you learn anything useful at the loom? Another assault on Apocrypha? The Great Eye still hasn't recovered from the last one. We already knew that Ithelia had transformed into the monster Hermaeus Mora warned us about. I don't suppose you and Laramil have come up with a way to stop her. Daedra don't change. Daedric princes especially. It's their nature. We're not like you mortals, constantly reflecting on possibilities and remaking yourselves over and over. She's a monster, and will always be a monster. Different reflections? You mean the versions of Ithelia that Laramel told me you encountered on the many paths? She also said that when you first encountered Ithelia, she looked mortal and was confused and weak. At least by Daedric standards. You're right. Ithelia has changed, and reflecting might just be the key. I read about a relic created by a mortal wizard. A mirror that revealed the innermost thoughts and dreams of the viewer. Laramil and I must consult some ancient texts. Obviously, we're going to need something connected to Ithelia. I spotted a primordial shattered titan in the ruins of Scion while I was scouting instabilities. Retrieve a fragment from that ancient Daedra. We can use it to create the relic. It's very old, ancient even. One of the first things the Prince of Paths ever created. And it's big. How it got to the ruins of Scion, I have no idea. But it's there, and we can use it. Provided you can defeat it and bring back one of its shards.
I know those ruins. They're west of Skingrad.
Then let's not waste time. Let's go get this shard.
Agreed. We'll meet you there.
That must be the Titan. Let's destroy it and gather a fragment. Gather a fragment of the Titan and we can return to the others.
Friends, we need to get out of here.
Tears are opening up throughout the ruins. We barely made it here to warn you.
What's happening?
I warned you against interfering, mortal, but you refused to heed me. A reality tear? How fortuitous. Let this be the end of fate's chosen.
Friends, look out! Ah!
Curate Gadain! He's... gone.
Mourn later. We must get this fragment back to the others.
Maybe? Nothing like this has ever been attempted.
It has to work, Scroot. There are no other options. Ah, here comes our proxy. Where is Gadain? I see you and our allies have returned safely with a fragment of the Miramor Titan. But where is Curate Gadain? No, that cannot be. He had my amulet, and you were there. And Baragon, and Tribune Leia. There must be some mistake. Gadain. He cannot be gone. I understand, Proxy. Please leave me for a moment. Talk to Scroot. I must process this news.
Mortals die. That's literally the meaning of the word. I'll never understand your transient emotions. Whatever. We all face non-existence if we don't do something about Ithelia and the reality tears. You secured the fragment? Definitely part of an ancient Miramor Titan. It should serve nicely as the focal point of the ritual Laramil and I developed. As soon as she collects herself, Laramil will guide you through the process. No, this is something that you and Laramil need to do together. Your fate's chosen, and she's a magic user who can see the threads of fate. I'm just a watchling with delusions of grandeur and a bad attitude. Laramil will help you. She has to.
Scroot is correct. This falls to you and me, Proxy. Place the fragment in the center of the ritual circle. Excellent. Now place Abolisher, the Lamp of Clarity, and the Skein of Secrets around the fragment. Now,
They say Molar
join your
Grunder
power
guarded
to
the
mine and we
gatehouse on the
shall
chasm.
align the threads of
I
fate
didn't
with
see
the
her,
ritual.
nor did I want to.
It is done. We have created a mirror of truth.
It really worked? Huh. Maybe we do have a chance.
Come, Proxy. We must speak. Despite the loss of Curate Gadain, you recovered a fragment filled with the essence of Miramor, and we successfully created a new relic, the Mirror of Truth. A time to mourn shall come later, provided we stop Ithelia and reality survives. Yes, he most definitely would. I can see the threads of fate coalescing to a point. We near the end of this path and whatever awaits us. You have done well as fate's chosen. Take this reward and gather yourself. I shall do the same.